dream. A drug dealer's dream. Street dream. Triple beam dream. Money machine. Things I done seen. 1,000 grams of uncut. It was all a dream. A drug dealer's dream. Street dream. Triple beam dream. Money machine. Things I done seen. 1,000 grams of uncut.
Good evening, all my great ones, and welcome to another episode of Drug Dealer Stream. I'm your girl, Great Dane.
It's Redline.
It's Mikey.
And tonight we're going to tap in.
It's one of them days.
Absolutely. And tonight we're tapping in on our current events, top 6 random rap lines, adulting tip, and plug time.
Shout out to the plugs.
Okay, hey plugs.
Hey, y'all, real quick before we get started, right? I got to shout out Dan the Dan real quick, right? So, she know I fuck with the wine heavy. She came with, hold on, where's the bottle with y'all? I got to show that shit. She came with the Coolest Hawk
That's chocolate.
chocolate.
If you're not hitting
Yo,
it.
it's fire. So, shout out to Dan the Dan, man. She knows my heart.
Shout out to
She came through. I got a heavy glass, so, you know, toast to that.
Shout out to the great one.
Shout out to the great one, man.
Shout out
Peace
to
to you,
that.
I
Queen.
appreciate you. And she brought
Peace
some
to you,
food, too.
Queen.
Like every week. So we, you know, shout out to Great Dane, man. All right, so look, man.
This is my calendar.
We gonna jump into these. Yeah, that's you right there. We gonna jump into this unemployment shit and city opening back up real quick before we get into the more serious topics today.
Okay.
But I know everybody's excited about the gyms. The mall's back open. I seen a lot of y'all at Saks. D-Will, I seen you, my nigga. You know what I'm saying? So I seen a lot of niggas
I
out
seen
at
the
Saks.
Will of Saks.
Yeah, you know, enjoying that quarantine money, man. You know, niggas was stacking it up, you know. So, you know, shout out to everybody that been at these malls, man, blowing it down, man, you know.
Shout out to y'all for running outside to go spend y'all money to go nowhere.
Shit, we back at it.
Go
Niggas
nowhere.
on flights, niggas up out of here.
To go nowhere. Where can't you go? That's what I want to know. Where can't you go?
Shit's wide open.
What's off limits? And Kings don't quarantine, man. Hashtag that, man.
Nah,
For all
shit.
You
y'all,
cannot sit
y'all
down
trying to
and
figure out
dine
some
right
shit.
now. You have to eat
Kings
outside.
don't
Couple more
quarantine, man.
Couple more days.
But did you see the requirements of what's going to happen when you go to dine?
Listen, man, if I
Pull the money
if
out.
I gotta put a plastic bag over my motherfucking head to go out to give me something to eat, I'm doing it.
Well, I'm not gonna lie. I went to when I was working in Philly. This woman had on her job, and baby was eating. I don't know how she was getting up under there,
Assalamu alaikum.
but
sister.
she was definitely getting up under that motherfucker.
Yeah.
But it was like amazing. So we'll see how you guys eat with your mask on.
I'm with it. I'm up for the challenge. You know what I'm saying? But listen, though, real shit, though, everybody please be careful, man. You know what I'm saying? Get out here. Don't be fucking idiots, man. Make sure y'all keep some hand sanitizer. I got a couple bottles on me at all times. I don't know about y'all.
They got real serious.
And just be safe, man. But yeah, I'm going to get it, man. You know what I'm saying? The Imperial dip, which I keep speaking about, will be had this week.
He wants the Imperial.
I'm going to get that.
He wants that Imperial.
I'm getting that dip.
I'm gonna have to order it now.
In the words of Devin the Dude, man. The words of Devin the Dude. Do what the fuck you wanna do. Do what the fuck you wanna do.
Shout out to Book Some, yo. She said she outside the Mexican spot right now as we speak, debating. She go, man, go in that bitch. Go
Period.
sit down, get a taquita,
Put your mask
get
on.
you a
baby.
little mini cup on the
Little
night.
cerveza.
You know what I'm saying? And do your thing, man. Fuck it, you know? Enjoy yourself. Throw some pico on that bitch.
Get some Don Julio.
I love pico.
Change your life.
70, if they got it.
I do got a little.
You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man, so I know everybody excited. So about the gym shit, bro, I know you ready to go crazy, my nigga.
May 26th.
He got it on his calendar.
My born day is a couple days after, but May
That's
26th
what's up.
is really my G day at this point. May 26th is my G day. I'm in there, and if they have any type of like precautionary measures where they talking about you can't have this on or that on, I'll still be outside grinding. Cause I'm not. Cause me personally, I can't run with a mask on. I can't do certain things with a mask on. Your breathing is your breathing.
Yeah, I'm kind of interested to see.
You know what I'm saying?
The gym
So-
atmosphere.
It's gonna be a wild one.
But in my summation, there's no way you can tell a person in the gym to put a mask on if you're gonna let a motherfucker go get in the swimming pool.
You know
Yeah, it's
what?
ridiculous.
I had a
So
Yeah.
I mean, it's that simple. So if you can do activities, you can do activities. That's what they
Yeah.
basically saying.
I had a conversation with a gym rat this morning, and this particular gym rat said that he's going to continue to work out outside because he doesn't feel like they're going to be ready for people to actually be in there and use the equipment.
How they gonna keep it clean? I mean, I understand wiping the shit down and all that, but people out there, they breathing hard, they coughing, they talking, they rapping their songs, you feel me? They in the gym.
Yeah.
You can't sanitize motherfucking shit in the air floating around.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
You wipe down that
Unless
food
you
before
come in-
you use it every time.
Unless you come in hazmat suit like my nigga did at the store
Like
yesterday.
Walter Black.
You know what I'm saying? Like a Walter Black, you know what I'm saying?
But see, this is my thing, and this is where it goes to me, like where I feel personally a lot of fear has been propagated. You know what I'm saying? Because at which point, if it wasn't safe and secure May 25th, what makes it safe and secure May 26th?
Absolutely.
Or then what's going to make it safe and secure June 26th or July 20th? This is what I'm saying. So we have to understand fear is being propagated by people that's pushing a certain agenda. I'm not going to say who or what is pushing that certain agenda because the people in power are fighting against each other on which side to land on this. You know what I'm saying? So my thoughts is I'm going to do what I want to do. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to do what I want to do. I'm going to be smart. I'm going to make sensible decisions. You know what I'm saying? But I'm going to do what I want to do because if you pay attention to the experts, half of them are saying one thing and 25% of them are saying another, and another 25% are saying they don't even know.
Right.
So, I mean, so there's no consensus. So if there's no consensus, guess what? Follow your best direction.
And listen, bro, I'm gonna keep it real. I just recently started wearing a mask outside to the stores just because it's like a requirement now. But this whole time, bro, I've been walking.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm not, for one, that shit's uncomfortable. Book Something Yo said happy birthday too coming up. Her shit on the 21st. So shout out.
Oh, yeah, peace to you.
But yeah, bro,
Right.
they ain't, man, fuck that shit, man. I got faith in my immune system.
Me too.
I'm ginger heavy. I'm black seed oil heavy.
Definitely.
You know what I'm saying? I'm
However,
eating my citrus.
If I'm going in there with the
So shit,
others,
let's
I'm
get it.
definitely throwing my mask.
I was
I was
in
in
Target
Costco. Costco man took his mask off. They ran up on him. Put your mask back on.
No, they sick. But you know what's crazy though? Kind of still on top of it all. The police here ain't enforcing social distancing like they are in New York and shit like that. But they running down on niggas though. Like it's becoming a thing. Like, listen, man, if niggas gonna get sick, bro, that's on them. Like, if they don't want, like, you can't enforce people to stay 6 feet. That's weird as fuck in a city like that.
But see, that's because Cuomo it's been a lot of like he's been very polarizing. You know what I'm saying in the media since this whole COVID-19 thing just came up. He, to me, in my opinion, he's pushing an agenda. Now I don't know who's backing him or who's around him, but it seems to me that he's pushing an agenda.
Yeah, for sure.
And I'm not sure what agenda that is, but he wants to come up out of this like Giuliani after 9/11.
I feel like he
You know what I'm saying? Like,
to run
come
for
on,
president
bro.
though. I think that got a lot to do with it too. I think he's trying to.
And that's what
You know what I
that's what I'm
mean?
saying. Like it could be a political agenda, it could be something, but it's something more to it than the safety of the people of
for
New
sure.
York State. You know what I'm saying?
I agree.
I just don't believe that. You know what I'm saying? So we'll find out, and once we find out, we'll be on your ass too. So stay safe and stay smart,
Yeah.
Governor Cuomo.
For sure.
Shout out to your brother too. He's a real live white nigga.
I've never
Andrew.
All right, well, yeah, that's what we doing tonight. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, he's Italian.
Yeah, he's a white nigga for sure.
Oh, Italian.
Okay.
a white nigga.
White nigga.
Yeah, shout out to him.
Yeah, I mean, they both Italian, but Andrew, he kind of lives it a little bit more than Chris.
He do
That's
that
what
one
I'm
Yeah,
saying.
yeah, it's interesting to see that back and forth they be doing on TV when they interview each other. I think that's some funny shit.
Yeah, Andrew's with it.
Trying to get some money, so.
Andrew
All
got
right,
a black
so
girl in the basement right now.
unemployment reached 36.5 million.
Okay.
Numbers on the rise, crazy, which we knew was
We
gonna
knew.
happen. We foreshadowed this shit.
Keep
so.
going strong for the ones that are receiving it.
But yeah, man, shit opening back up, so we'll see if these numbers start to drop. We'll see if people start to, get back in the normal groove of things.
I feel like since things are opening up, they're gonna go to partial unemployment.
Okay.
Like if you don't make your your full salary or whatever you were making before, then you can get like 25% or something like that. So you still get a couple dollars. Plus, if you still get partial, you still are entitled to the $600.
Oh, okay.
Just throw that out there.
That's cool too.
So a lot of people are like trying to stay on the unemployment so they can get the extras.
I'm gonna say this though, man. Like if you don't need it, man, like get your ass up and go back to work. You know what I'm saying?
'Cause I'm
It's
missing
simple, brother. I mean, if you want to finesse and shit, hey, who am I to judge, man? Get your fucking money.
I'm gonna say this, you know what I'm saying? We live in America. Hey, look, you know what? The funny part about this whole little dynamic that we have, you know what I'm saying? Like y'all say what y'all say, you know what I'm saying? And it be like real, like it be real sensible.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I just come off the cuff.
Yeah, with the wild shit.
With the wild shit.
Sensible wild shit.
It be
though.
sensible though, but that's what I was about to say. My thing is this: we live in America, and America is the home of the hustle.
Mm-hmm.
America is the home of getting over.
Amen.
You understand what I'm saying? So if the government can get over you and fuck you, that's what the government is going to do. So if you have any opportunity, any chance, any sliver of getting over on the United States government, do it. Do it.
You heard it here first.
Do it as
Flat
soon
the
as
fuck
possible,
out.
man. Do it as
Flat out,
soon as
nigga.
possible.
Sure.
I don't care what it is. If you get extra food stamps, come sell me some. Hey, look, I'm gonna support you. Shout out to you.
For sure. Anybody sending stamps, follow my DM.
Yeah, like come
Yeah,
on.
me
Like
too.
I don't understand this.
I got a luxurious business that could use your services.
Yeah, this is what this country was. This is what this country was built
Yeah,
upon.
man.
This country was built upon how best can we get over.
For sure.
The English motherfuckers wasn't giving in. They said, all right, we gonna go make our own country.
That's what they
You know what I'm
did. They got
saying?
over left.
And we gonna get some free
Fuck
labor. We gonna get
Word.
some free labor. You know what I'm saying? We gonna move these motherfuckers that's in here up out of here. We gonna kill them. Do whatever we gotta do to get this land.
Yeah.
That's what this country is built upon. So yeah, do what you gotta do, man.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
for anyone
fuck.
that is wondering about how to get over on the country, hit influential_Michael.
He got the plays.
I
He has
got
the plays.
I got
The plays.
big
Got the
plays
plays.
for y'all. You know what I'm saying?
I know, but listen.
But hold on, real quick.
bro.
That sounded a little bit illegal. I don't have those type of plays. Let's get that out there. Don't jump in my DM. I'm still on PRC on post release control.
Right.
Do not jump in my DM. I don't have anything for y'all. If y'all scamming the country, keep it to your fucking selves. This is for entertainment purposes only.
We are dealing different type of drugs on Drug Dealers Drug.
Right out.
This is for
Yeah, yeah.
entertainment purposes only.
For sure, for sure.
Mister,
But what up?
I'm standing on the right side of the law.
I salute you, my brother.
Okay.
Damn, I was about to say something.
Well, you gotta put that little disclaimer out there. You know, it turns, you know, real, it's snitches on the internet, man. It's I've been waiting on, let's get this nigga out the way. Yeah, let's get him out the way. This nigga doing podcast views. Let's get this nigga out the way.
Yeah, fuck
They
that.
waiting on that. Yeah, this nigga got some scammy shit going on. No, sorry.
None of that.
None of that.
Straight and narrow. All right, so look, man. I'm sure at this point we all saw the video now of our boy Aubrey, Ahmed Aubrey.
Peace to you.
You know what I'm saying? Rest in peace.
Rest in
but,
peace.
Do y'all feel like the dynamic has changed a bit as far as crucifying these white dudes after the whole story came out? Do you feel like
And when we say, for full disclosure, when we talk about the full story, let's just
The alleged.
the alleged full story.
Yeah.
Basically, they seen him, the two white gentlemen. They seen him in a garage, basically rambling around the garage. He come out the garage. They stop him. Hey, stop! What are you doing? Mr. Aubrey, he turns and runs.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? For lack of a better word, he turns and runs. The two white gentlemen chase after him. You know what I'm saying? After that, it was an alleged scuffle, whatever, for the gun, and he gets shot.
So before we say that, on the video, it looks like he was being a little mischievous. Looks like he was mischievous. It looks like he was doing a little. He was a little cat burglar to a certain extent.
The walk up was crazy to me.
It was just
The
real.
walk up was real cat burglary. You
real
feel me?
sneaky.
And just kind of look around and then like shoot in there.
And
you know
then
what I'm
shoot
saying?
out, go
And
back in
then
another
go-
area.
So it looked bad. You know what I'm saying? So in my opinion, I feel like this, man. In that county they was in, their laws state that they can make a citizen's arrest if they feel like you're in a submission of a crime.
Mm-hmm.
You being in a property that's not belonging to you, rambling around, and then once we confront you, you take off running. In their mind, bro, in the law in that county, bro, they wasn't within right to try to hold him until the police came.
Definitely.
Even if that was just to get a statement. Now, let me clear this up, y'all. I'm not condoning any actions that was happening with this shit. I'm just stating facts, right?
Me personally, I feel like you can restrain a person without deadly force.
Oh, for sure. But
So
this
they
the
did
thing.
not have to pull out a gun.
Okay, but this the thing, right? So hear me out. I'm playing devil's advocate for a second.
Okay.
All right, so boom, they see the guy, they stop him, he take off running. Okay, now they start chasing him.
Right.
Within that county, again, they're within their legal right to do that. He see these dudes stop ahead of him with guns. He proceeds to run up to this motherfucker with the gun and punch him in his shit, and then they have a tussle over the gun. So now it becomes a self-defense thing, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'll say this: if Aubrey pries the gun away from that dude and shoot him, 9 times out of 10 he's gonna walk because it's still a self-defense situation. If he can state his case, they stopped me for no reason. I felt I was under attack. Blah 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 blah. the likelihood of that happening.
That
Hold on.
nigga wasn't getting off.
Shit, bro.
Go ahead, I'm listening. Keep it going.
So, boom. Now the white dude faced with a situation. This nigga is going for my gun. We tussling for this bitch.
He's getting off for sure.
He's definitely getting off. You know what I'm saying? So just on the legal side of things, if you going just strictly off the laws in that county, bro, they was within right to do what they did. And once he attacked that nigga while he was holding the gun, it became a self-defense thing. You're going for my gun. I don't give a fuck what city you in. If you're legally within right to carry a firearm and somebody goes for that firearm, you can kill them motherfuckers, bro.
Yeah.
And 9 times out of 10, you're gonna walk. You know what I'm saying? So it's a fucked up thing. Now, did dude deserve to die behind him, rummaging around in the house? Absolutely fucking not. You feel what I'm saying? But just on the law, they didn't do shit wrong.
So this is the moment where people have to understand why voting is so necessary.
Talk to him.
This is the reason why, because these laws are passed and y'all are not educated on what you can and cannot do where you live at. That is the problem. Had he been educated on the law, maybe he wouldn't have reached for the gun. Or maybe he would have. Who knows what he would have done. But if you're educated yourself in what's going on in the world, you can better defend yourself. You can better defend yourself. If you allow everything to go in someone else's favor because you don't want to get into politics, you don't care, or you don't have the time, or whatever the case may be, then the laws will still be biased against us.
For sure.
At the end of the day, this law probably buried up underneath a whole bunch of other laws and has things that, oh, I didn't know I couldn't do that. I didn't know I couldn't do that. Yeah, you didn't know because you didn't educate yourself.
And that's why the dudes didn't get arrested until all of this shit became the nigga leaked.
Clearly, his family had no idea.
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, the county they in felt that they wasn't within their rights to do what they did. You know what I'm saying? I'm interested to hear my nigga Dave's point of view.
He was holding off.
Yeah, he was
Let
very
loose.
quiet. So
I was just just listening. And y'all have some very good points. Angela said they also have surveillance. What's up, Angela? Peace to you, Queen. They also have surveillance of Aubrey and other videos looking for water on pass runs through that neighborhood, going through certain houses and stuff, looking for places to get some water.
So is
it might
water?
I mean,
Just saying he was running, so you might have been going to get some water out of the faucet, different things of that nature.
Why are you not? Where's your water bottle?
I mean, see, that's too many questions. All I want to say about this is this. You know what I'm saying? All I want to say about this is this. This is just real simple. I don't care what he did. Me personally. I don't care if he was robbing the motherfuckers. I don't care if he was in there scavenging like they do in the hood every day. I don't care about that because at the end of the day, this shit happens every day. There's no reason for him to be murdered, in the street. There's no reason for him to be followed. You're not the police, man. I don't care what laws, what old Jim Crow laws you're acting under, because believe you me, those are Jim Crow laws. He's in Georgia. That's why I say he wouldn't have got a fair share. He wouldn't have got a fair shot in the court. You only get a fair shot in the courts in the north if you're a black man. He definitely not getting a fair shot for shooting a white man with his own fucking 12 gauge. They're gonna hang that nigga. You know what I'm saying, down there in Georgia, in my opinion. So these Jim Crow laws that have been on the books forever, that gives white people what makes them feel like they have the right to follow around any person that looks suspicious, you know what I'm saying, or whether he's in the middle of committing a crime, call the police, man. Don't get your son in your 12 gauge and go hunting down like Emmett Till, man. You know what I'm saying? This is the fact of the matter. This is a racial problem. And if we don't want to discuss it as a racial problem, then we're wrong. We're doing a disservice to our people. Because if a white person does that, and just be honest, Aubrey was doing some white shit. You know what I'm saying? He was doing some white guy shit. White guys do that shit all the time. Whether in the middle of a crime, like criminal white guys, or just regular running white guys. They feel that this country is there, because it is there, it's their country. So they do what the fuck they want to do. Maybe he was doing what the fuck he want to do. Just because he's doing some white people shit, he don't get killed for that. He shouldn't get killed for that. And that's all it boils down to. If it was we were brought up like this, and we can move on. We were brought up like this. Me and my son together, and we see a white dude rummaging through a garage and coming out of the garage looking suspicious and weird. Guess what we gonna do?
I'm gonna keep walking.
We gonna mind our fucking business, man. That's what we were taught to do, man. Because of shit like this. So that's what it boils down to for me. if the situation was reversed, we mind our business, we going about our lives, and whatever that white dude was doing, the police catch him, that's their job. We move on, man. And that's just how I feel. Peace to you, brother. Peace to your family, man. Y'all still in my prayers.
I just think everyone should be aware. Definitely prayers go out to him and his family. Well, to his family. I think everyone should just be aware that the laws were not created to favor us. And that's just as simple as it goes. We're not in favor. And, hey,
There we go.
protect yourself.
Jim Crow laws, especially in the South. We understand it's just in the South.
And
like
you
that
know,
in
just
Ohio.
before we close that out, you know what I'm saying, at the end of the day, like, you know, in my opinion, you gotta move accordingly, man. You know what I'm saying? It's about getting home at the end of the day. You know what I'm saying? And we've all had our encounters with the police that could have went right or left. You know what I'm saying? And I ain't no stranger to that. You know what I'm saying? I done got in scuffles with them motherfuckers and everything. But at this age, when I get into it with these motherfuckers or have encounters, I diffuse it. I get the fuck up out of there. I'm not spending no extra time with them. I'm not creating an extra problem for myself, bro. Like, we already know how this shit ends. You feel what I'm saying? And that's just my whole thing. Is like, bro, we know everything you said was 100% right, bro. We know how this shit going. We know shit's racially charged. We get that. So us being black people and understanding that, bro, we gotta move accordingly. You know what I'm saying? And do that mean tuck your tail and be a bitch? Hell no. But it means be smart about making decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, don't put yourself in a situation where you can't make it home to your family at the end of the night, my nigga. Running up on a motherfucker holding a gun, whether he racist or not, is a stupid fucking decision. You feel what I'm saying? And so that a decision like that can cost you your life in any situation. You know what I'm saying? I've seen niggas in the hood, black on black, a nigga pull out a gun, a nigga tell this nigga, you ain't gonna shoot that bitch, and he holding it to his head. Bust that bitch. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like,
White shit.
you know what I'm saying? But these two dumbass niggas.
White people do.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, the dynamic don't change. You just gotta make smart decisions, man. And unfortunately, man, dude made a decision that ultimately resulted in his demise, man. And it's fucked up that it happened. He should have never lost his life behind looking into a fucking garage for whatever he was doing.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? But yeah, we gonna let that go, man. And we gonna get into another topic, man, that I think definitely need to touch on. But before we do that, man, follow these Instagrams real quick. MV_Redline, Alum_Media.
I'm your girl _great__ Dane.
Influencer_Michael at Major Influence Media. Kings don't quarantine.
He got.
Hashtag.
Why you so serious?
Hashtag you are not an influence.
Why so serious?
Sucker.
So look though, so Boosie done got into
Oh God, why we keep bringing up dumb niggas? Like, let's just move past
No,
dumb
no.
niggas. Go ahead.
Listen, but
I'm listening.
the reason we bringing up this
Dumb niggas
nigga,
back to back though. He say
Yeah.
Aubrey a dumb nigga. Now here go the
No,
dumb
Aubrey
nigga.
is a dumb nigga. Aubrey made a bad
You call Aubrey
choice.
a dumb nigga,
Nah,
bro.
bro, he made a dumb choice. He ain't a dumb nigga, bro. He made a dumb choice though.
I mean, he a dead dumb
He a
nigga.
dead.
Sir.
It happened.
Oh. If he have ordered it, what time is it?
This time for him to eat.
He need
You know
to
what I'm saying? You
eat.
called him a dumb nigga. Let's
No,
be
man,
honest.
that's the words in my mouth, bro.
Right, my life. Did
Did I-
Red
no,
Line
I did.
call Aubrey a dumb nigga,
Did I say he was
basically?
a dumb nigga?
Please.
I said he made a dumb
Somebody
choice.
let us
Let's
know.
talk about it. Let's talk
check
about
in
it.
on that.
Let's
Let me
talk
know what
about it.
y'all think, man. But so basically the reason I wanted to touch on this Boosie shit though, because
What Boosie do?
Dude's an ignoramus, right? He did some stupid shit. He said some stupid shit, and I feel like this conversation opens the door into something way bigger, right?
I
So
agree.
he made a statement on his live that when his sons turned 12, he took them and got them some head from a grown ass woman. Excuse me, from a grown ass woman, right? And now the internet is crucifying him, right? And they saying that it's a form of pedophile shit and yada yada yada. At the end of the day, the old lady, whoever the chick was that did that, you know, she did wrong, but I guess she was hustling doing, you know, but she definitely was dead wrong. And in my opinion, bruh, I just feel like, you know, in our community, bruh, that type of shit for males is praised, for females is overprotected. It's not overprotected, but it's shamed on. And you know what I'm saying? Like he might have did, in my opinion, he might have did some real long damage, some real long-term damage to that little dude. You understand what I'm saying? You know, for me personally, you know what I'm saying, being a dude that was fucked with as a kid by some older chicks, you know what I'm saying? Like now that I'm 30-something, and I understand how that type of shit can affect how I am now, I can see the patterns. You know what I'm saying? I can see why I treat females how I treated them in the past and all of that. So
Shout out to R. Kelly.
Yeah, you know what? I'ma just jump in right here.
go ahead, cause
I'ma just jump in right here. Number one, I'm a black mom. I have a son. If someone tells me that they got my son fellatio at the age
Wait,
of
hold
12,
on. R. Kelly, man.
like, are you kidding me?
No,
Like, I was gonna just try to move past you, but you taking it a bit far.
I'm
He
not-
was pissing on young girls, recording it, molesting. He was stealing their youth. And you talk about shout out to R. Kelly?
Shout out to R. Kelly.
For what?
For everything. Shit, he's R. Kelly. I'm just
He's
saying.
a molester.
Hold on. Well,
Alleged.
No, I know.
Alleged.
First of all, he's a
He's not
first of all-
he's alleged.
First of all, he's a legend. First of all, let me say he's a legend. Secondly, what my brother was talking about was being messed with as a child can lead to some ill-gotten behavior as you become an adult.
Word.
So R. Kelly was molested as a child,
Okay.
which might have led to his ill-gotten behavior as an adult. So I said shout out to R. Kelly, and I'm standing on that because you know. And at the end of the day, I mean,
Well, thank you for elaborating so the people know
because
what that shout out to R.
yeah,
Kelly
because
was.
I ain't gonna lie, now that you explained it, it makes
We
a little more
understand.
sense. But just a random R. Kelly shout out.
Yeah,
That's
right.
some wild shit, my
Whoa.
nigga.
R. Kelly's a goat too. I just want to say that.
Music wise, he's a
He's
genius.
a
He's
goat.
a
And I mean, don't get me wrong, it's pimps and hoes. And I mean, that's a part of it as well. And I mean pimps, I don't mean pimps and hoes like put a hoe on the track and all that. I mean pimps and hoes as far as America is concerned. What Vaughn was talking about, we have to understand that historically, age limits are set upon women because women are treated as property in this country. Women aren't given the right to do what they want. You know what I'm saying? So at a certain time in the 1800s and shit like that, you know, you had 30-year-old males in their 30s marrying 12-year-olds. You know what I'm saying? Because at that age, they were at the best because women were treated as property. So they're at their best at breeding when they're young. So you had grown-ass men. Like, people think this is like some new shit. This isn't nothing new. Open the history book. Ask your grandmother.
Color purple.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? Ask your grandmother,
Color
how
purple.
old is your granddaddy? Or ask your grandmother, how old was her mother and her father? This isn't nothing new in America. So age limits have been put on women because women were treated as property. Fathers sold off their daughters. All type of crazy shit that you couldn't think would happen now happened daily back then. So just because it doesn't happen now don't think that it's been forgotten.
I'm gonna tell you.
These things are passed on.
I'm
So what Boosie doing with his son is something that it's probably passed on through his family and something that he feel brings masculinity. You know what I'm saying? Because we as black men have been emasculated in this country, so he wants to make sure that masculinity continues through his lineage. I'm not saying what he's doing is right because I don't even know this new Boosie. Like the internet Boosie, I don't know. I went to jail, he was in jail. We was both jail niggas. You know, I fuck with incarcerated Boosie, the Boosie before this new Instagram fame chasing attention horn Boosie. I don't know who this guy is. But me understanding the history of our people and the history of this country, I can see why he thinks that's the cool thing to do.
Okay, I'm just gonna touch on Boosie real quick. For anyone that has young sons that you are raising, let them be young men. Let them carry themselves with some stature. They should not just be having sex just because you want them to bust a nut and you want them to bust a bitch down. That's not appropriate. Just like virginity for women should be valued, it should be valued for a young man. He don't have to jump into something he's not ready for. He been to fuck the little bitch and got her pregnant. And now we got a whole nother situation that we got to deal with. You know, one day we was around the Christmas table before my grandmother died. My aunt blurted out at my uncle like, you used to molest me. We sitting there like looking around.
Spill the tea.
My aunt in her 50s. So this whole time her childhood, her uncle messing with her. And you done ruined her to a certain extent. She done been on crack. She done did all these other type of
mentally fucked
things.
him up though, for sure.
Exactly. And now, my grandmother, this was about 5 years before she died. Now you got the nerve to, you know, and the uncle sitting at the table. He parlaying. We looking at him like, shit, you still gonna sit here?
But look, it's crazy you brought that up because that's kind of a point I wanted to make is like, in our community, we don't talk about that in our families. Like the creep niggas, they still be around.
It's not
They
spoken
act like
about.
it's just like a thing that's not to be talked about. And the way I see it is like, shit, it need to be addressed. I don't give a fuck if it's 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years later. In order for that person to get that closure, I feel like that shit got to be addressed. You know what I'm saying? So that conversation need to be had. You know what I mean? And I'm speaking from personal experience with this shit.
Uncle Junebug, you're a creep.
But
I'm gonna just let y'all know this, and I'm gonna be completely honest. When my son goes somewhere, I ask every time. I don't care who house it is. I ask every single
you
time.
got to.
When he come home, I ask him. We gotta have an honest conversation. If you've been away, I need to know what's up. I don't give a damn if you're going to your daddy's house. Because I'm gonna be completely honest with you. If my son come home and tell me somebody did, I won't even be able to process that the proper
It's a fucked up situation, man. And we could go in on this shit all night.
We can, but
we'll dedicate a whole segment.
We gotta have a
this.
segment.
This some shit that need to be
talk
talked
to your
about.
children.
We're gonna call it the R. Kelly segment.
And we're gonna bring some people on too to kind of share their stories, but we're gonna have to
The
get
Pied Piper
we're
segment.
gonna have to ice this for a minute, dog.
But you know,
And get-
as we're moving along,
Let's move on.
Yeah, let's move on.
this blunt has been burning.
Oh, and you said you wasn't smoking.
No, I said I
before
was
the
taking it.
show?
I said I was taking it easy.
Oh my God, man! Here, go ahead. My fault, man.
He over here smoking.
Yeah, you said you wasn't smoking.
I said
I thought you said
hold
you
on.
was
I said I
smoking.
was taking it easy. He over here smoking premium bag, and I just want to get in on the
That's
social
really
group.
my fault, baby. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, everybody, I
What
apologize.
is this?
Just
It's called bubblegum, man. So, ooh, that shit tough.
based on their interaction, I want y'all to go watch Menace to Society, get to that scene, and once y'all get to that scene, y'all gonna know what I'm talking about.
So look though, so to get into some sports shit real quick, man, because we do gotta get moving. The Giants player DeAndre Booker and Seahawks Quentin Dunbar committed some armed robberies during the quarantine, man. Allegedly.
Oh, Booby Baker, man.
You said in the NFL.
Man.
And yeah, these NFL players, these niggas is in it.
Booby,
Now,
and Quentin Dunbar, he played for the Cowboys.
but let's not
He played for the
let's not
Cowboys.
get it twisted. These ain't top paid players and no shit like that.
They young, too.
They young
Okay,
dudes.
you know what that puts me in the mindset of? On Netflix, Carter High, from the guys in Houston. The guys in Houston that was on the football team that did that string of robberies like in the late 80s.
In the 80s.
Okay.
So all these niggas had full rides to amazing schools and was about to go off and go pro. And guess what they was doing?
They was robbing shit.
Oh shit.
But I mean,
Boredom.
we have to understand, and we're going to be talking about that on our next podcast, Undebatable, our sports podcast that we got coming out. We're going to be talking about that. There's a thin line between the streets and sports. There's a thin line between poverty and fame and riches and wealth. There's a thin line, especially when you come from where we come from. So we got to understand that. I'm not going to be the first to judge these young brothers based upon certain decisions and that they made. You know, they gotta brunt the consequences of it. But to some of us, our dream growing up was to do illicit street shit and go to the league. You know, like I got brothers that I love. You know what I'm saying? We played in front of elementary school together, played football, and some went right, some went left. All were talented people. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, some went right, some went left. So you know what I'm saying? That's a story. You know what I'm saying? I hope whatever happens to them, they've already been told not to show up to certain off-season shit already. So
Yeah, I think they turned themselves in too, man. Both.
yeah, so y'all know where this is headed. You know what I'm
To be
saying?
completely
So
honest, I hope that they have a good support system, and I hope that they can come out this, you know.
yeah,
Oh,
peace
for
to
sure.
y'all, man. I hope I understand. I've made certain decisions in my life that I pray that y'all come out better from it.
Yeah, man, and we all did some shit, you know what I mean, at the end of the day when shit get tight, you know what I
Yeah,
mean?
and
We all
then
did some shit.
we all did some shit where.
So it's like, I get it.
And I'm pretty sure everybody at this table can say we didn't all did some shit where people be like, you didn't even have to do that.
Oh, for sure.
You know what I'm saying? Regardless of what it was, you like.
But you know what?
When they find out, they're like, you didn't even have to do
When
that.
people tell you
know what I'm
didn't
saying?
even have to do that, where was you at when I was thinking about making the decision?
But did you tell him?
Well, I mean, at the end of the day, what we're talking about is, growing pains. It's life. It's life shit. So,
They
smoke
bad
your
decisions,
blunt.
man, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, you make bad decisions. Like you smoking that blunt right now.
It's not a bad decision. It's not a bad decision.
Let's move on.
You know
Not
what?
a bad
That
decision.
liquor's a bad
It's
decision.
not a bad decision. She had
It's a bad decision when you
emphasis
stop
on
the podcast halfway through it just to get the blunt.
Absolutely. And if anybody out there for my smokers, you know why I stopped him. He over here smoking
But
premium.
look, though, so the UFC did their first fights without no crowd, man. Me personally, man, I thought that shit was fire.
Okay.
I thought it was super dope. I thought it was kind of interesting to be able to hear the coaches. And
Very entertaining.
to hear a nigga get his shit cracked without the crowd going crazy and really just see their reaction.
Very
You know what I mean?
entertaining.
And it's like when you don't got that crowd, you know, momentum kind of push you through that crowd energy. So like you really gotta buckle down and be a dog. Like you can't really, you know what I mean?
You gotta be thinking kill, nigga, kill.
Yeah.
So is
I
there
thought-
no one in the
Well,
audience?
no, it's just really like family members,
Okay.
limited, and then the coaches, and then the fighters.
And the refs and
the
stuff,
refs
and the
shit
people
like
they
that, you know,
need, the
staff,
judges.
But
So very limited.
very, very limited.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's
Okay.
entertaining and a motherfucker, and it was some amazing fights too. So shout out to all the Warriors that was out there getting it in. But I think
Harris, you got your ass kicked last night, man.
Yeah,
Whitehall
yeah,
kicked
yeah,
your
yeah.
ass.
Put
Oh
him down.
my God, man.
yeah.
You need, got knocked out. You want to hug a nigga. I hate that.
No, it's real shit, dog. If I was a fighter, it's just like if we fight, bro, I ain't fucking with you. We ain't about to be hugging and all that.
Yeah, we
know what I'm
gonna,
saying?
knock
Talk
me
my
out.
shit, win or lose, nigga. I'm out this bitch. We ain't gonna do all that hugging,
Especially if you would be.
Speaking of-
fucking hug you.
Speaking of sports, Last Dance episodes 9 and 10. Let's get to it, man. I'm sad to see it come to an end. This is the best thing that's been happening to me these past 5 weeks. Last Dance episode 9 and 10. Episode 7 and 8, which were
And
amazing.
they've been
man.
crucifying Jordan online since this shit came out too.
Yeah.
Yeah, they just like, oh, he's a bad person and all this shit. It's like, man, dude, this nigga's a fucking winner.
I don't know.
If more people had the mindset of Michael Jordan, y'all would be a lot further in life. To be honest.
I mean, the things that I seen, they've been as far as what he done on the court, it's solidified. The Last Dance has pretty much solidified his GOAT status. And so that's all I really care about. Jordan's off-court antics and things. Jordan's been through shit. He's a human being.
For sure.
You know, he was judged unfairly. Like Jay said, with the same sword they knight you, they gonna good knight you with it. You know what I'm saying? So once you get put on that pedestal, they're gonna throw rocks at you. And that's just how it goes with Jordan. But episodes 9 and 10, they're gonna talk about that game 7 against the Indiana Pacers. You know, Jordan ain't never been through a game 7. That was his first and only game 7 with the Pacers in '98. Only happened one time. The Pacers was a hell of a team led by Reggie Miller, Jalen Rose, and all them guys, man. They
Niggas was aggressive.
yeah, Mullen, Smiths, the Davis brothers, they wasn't an easy out. So
He
they gonna
definitely said it. He said it on the show that he was feeling like that Jordan wasn't gonna make it past him.
so that is going to be going down tonight. Be sure to check that out at 9 o'clock, man. ESPN sent that fucking check through. I ain't about to
Please,
do that.
man.
I'm gonna
Goddamn.
come to Connecticut. I'm gonna be in Bristol in a minute.
Hey, though, real quick, though,
With
man.
y'all.
Before we switch up, man. Did y'all see Mike Tyson?
Ooh, he ain't playing.
53 years old.
He
That
ain't
shit don't
playing.
go nowhere.
That
You a
shit
killer,
is
you a killer.
ridiculous, man.
So anybody complaining about they can't get in shape, look at Mike Tyson.
And what was the I'm back about, though?
He back. He might knock
He
it
about to
out.
let a nigga
He
have
about to
it.
whoop, though.
Anybody.
Anybody that want it.
Come on, man.
Anybody. If he
Who about to get in the ring with that nigga?
yeah, like
You gotta be a fucking idiot.
Tyson was, and I'm not gonna lie, Tyson was 38. I think his last fight was like 15 years ago. He's about 37, 38, and he lost the last string of fights because he wasn't here mentally.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like physically, he didn't care about it. You know what I'm saying? So physically he wasn't there, but his mental was gone. He was in a whole other place. You know what I'm saying? At that point, and that's all it is. When you a killer, man. So
I'm interested to see where this shit goes, so I'll be tuned in.
definitely.
Real quick, y'all, check that YouTube page out, man. Subscribe. We definitely need the numbers.
Like,
to go
share,
up, so
subscribe.
Like,
let
share,
everybody
and
know, man.
subscribe.
Check
Major influence Outlaw Media presents Judge Diddy's Dream the
Like,
podcast, man.
share,
in.
subscribe.
Hey, my dude, y'all said he want Holyfield. Is that what they doing?
Is Holyfield back in the gym?
Holyfield don't. He's been shaking.
Hey,
all the
listen,
time.
y'all want to tell y'all a quick story, man. I had a fan moment. I ain't never had a fan moment before. Like, you know what I'm saying? I done seen a lot of famous motherfuckers, and I'm just like, shit, whatever. So I'm in an airport in Atlanta and shit, bro. I'm getting off the little trolley, nigga. I see fucking Holyfield, bro. I'm like, my nigga, let me get a picture, bro. He's like, man, I'm in the rest. I was like, man, this shit gonna be quick, bro. He's like, come on. Took the picture with the nigga, bro. It's the only time I had a fan moment. It was fucking worth it. I was fucking Holyfield. So,
I have fan moments on all
shit was hard.
celebrities.
So yeah, I was all over that. So yeah, though, get into this music shit, dog. So been some new projects dropping. New music.
Man. New music alert. It's been kind of a drought, man. Lil Baby been having his way, man. As far as the music is concerned,
Yes.
Lil Bruh been having his way, man.
South
You
been
see
having
Lil Baby. South been rolling. South still rolling. South side still holding as far as it's concerned. But the boy Drake dropped Dark Lane demo tapes. You know what I'm saying? That dropped a few weeks ago.
It's cool.
It's what it is basically a few put together songs, a few throwaways, and a few new songs.
Yeah.
So it's not really a Drake album. It's just
It's stuff for the people.
It's just something for the vibe.
It's a
Like,
cash
you know what I
grab.
mean? Yeah, yeah.
It's
This
a
was a
vibe
quarantine
joint.
album, in my
Keep it
opinion.
real, man. I wasn't really that impressed with it, so you know what I'm saying. I listened to it. I'm just like,
Seemed like it looks a little crossover.
it was cool. You know what I'm saying, but it ain't nothing I'm riding to, man. Y'all know what I'm riding to.
It's not an essential.
It got a few.
But I like it.
It got a few joints on there. Drake is, to me, he's the best guy doing it right now.
Oh, for sure.
So
Shout to
Drizzy,
Drake.
shout out to Drizzy.
Champagne Poppy.
Give me a real album
That
though.
wasn't really a real album.
Don't you calling
But
it
you know
demo
he-
tapes? You calling it shit playlist?
You know
give me
he
a real
thought-
album. Give me 15 songs. Give me some shit that a nigga can. Give me a Nothing Was the Same. Give me a Take Care. You got it in you, bro.
Yeah, we need
Yeah,
that.
you know what? You and Future can come back again. I'll take that.
Oh yeah, give me
Yeah,
a One
I
Time to
know.
Be Alive.
Yeah, you and Big
Sunset
Future come
Tour.
back. What is all come
That
back?
time.
Cause that's an essential. If it's in the it's in the
good too,
catalog.
bro.
It's in the
Yeah.
catalog.
Son just said.
Speaking of Future, he just dropped a new joint, and I really didn't listen to it until tonight. I heard a few joints off of it.
How of Life.
Yeah.
How of Life. Shout out to Future, man.
You know what?
Is Future back doing drugs again, dog? That's when his music is at its best.
I think he's in love right now.
Yeah, when he's
yeah.
doing
He's in love
drugs,
right
he's
now.
in love.
He's in
So
love.
yeah, that's probably why the
Nah, but when
vibe
he
like
was,
it is.
but when he was with Sierra, his shit was trash.
Yeah, once he broke his heart, that's when he made.
You know what? I think Sierra has bad pussy.
Nah, hell no. That
I
nigga-
think she
that
has
dirty
terrible
Russ
pussy.
Dirty Russ laying up in that bitch. It ain't bad if a nigga laying up in
I think
it.
he bought her a new one.
D'Angelo Russ is a.
You can buy a new pussy.
He's a great football player, but he's a clown.
He's a cornball, but the nigga, you know.
He probably ain't had no
Stand that
bitch.
guy, man. You know what I mean? And I don't think they would work. But anyway, Beyonce and Meg dropped the joint. You know what I'm saying? Everybody
Listen.
motherfuckers was saying that Beyonce was the hardest rapper alive because of that verse.
Listen, let me tell you what about my girl Bang. I'm gonna tell you this. She's the greatest. She's like almost before when she gets to that point, she's gonna be Michael Jackson status.
I think
If you've ever seen her perform, if
She
you
already-
ever
no, she Michael
okay.
Jackson status.
So shout out to the new MJ.
People
which
pass
is
out at
Bang.
Beyonce concerts.
You know what I'm saying? Like Beyonce,
I
her,
never passed out at a Beyonce
you know,
concert.
her
She was
experience,
And I'm a hard nigga.
and me for Beyonce is one of my favorite artists. Period, hands down. That's just what it is.
She honestly, bro, like I ain't a nigga that really ride to a lot of females. Like the only female music I really listen to was Ari Lennox. Fuck with her heavy, man.
Love her.
And Sade, you feel me? So them like my two. Like
You're a
that's
classic
when I'm
man.
riding, that's what I'm listening to. So I ain't really
Where the
checking
wine at?
right here, man.
What I'm gonna say about Beyonce and Megan, they came and talked about everything that women want to do, is gonna do in the future. That's an influence album. When I tell you, it stays on repeat all day long in the car.
For sure.
That's low key what
Like
we ride to.
Beyonce,
Like
like me.
Nah.
Like
No, like
me.
me. Like me.
Okay,
Oh,
like
that's what Megan
a
was
bitch
like.
like Megan with the knees.
I went to the
Okay,
classic. Like a big booty ass black deep.
You know, I meet both of them criteria.
Freak the Webby.
I got the
Yeah, that's
knees
cool, but I
and the
like
ass.
that, man. I like the original myself.
So for me,
But fuck it, whatever.
Meg, B, H-Town, shout out to y'all doing
No,
y'all
they did it.
motherfucking
That shit
thing.
was hard, bro. I ain't gonna lie, man. And like I was saying, man, Beyonce one of the few female artists that I can listen to her shit. So
I love Beyonce's whole
she
life.
got it, man.
I would trade in my whole family for a day with Beyonce. She's the truth.
Somebody give me some
We don't
water.
gotta do nothing. I'm just saying I would trade in.
Did he get his
The
water?
whole- the
I was a
whole-
little thirsty.
Oh man. All right. Oh, but real quick though, while we on the music side, my guy Larry June dropped a new project, Cruise USA. Y'all, you there to play that shit? Please check it out, man. That's all I've been riding to. So that's what we on. But anyway, it's
Speaking of music, Drug Dealer's Dream for the Uninitiated is on the way.
Oh, we just shot a visual too. That bitch dropping in like 2 days.
Speaking of music,
2 days.
the hardest niggas in the city, Michael.
Oh, what's his name again?
That shit.
Tell me your name again.
Michael.
Ah, what's your
Like
name?
me.
Me. I can't be touched.
Well, for anyone that's not following him, that's influential _
Check the music out, man.
No, that nigga, no, on some real shit, man. Like I'ma stick with the music, man. Me and Bruh Nuts, man, his big brother. We kind of got the same taste in music. We talk about music a lot. I'm a hard critic. This shit that this nigga's putting together is crazy, man. So stay tuned, man. And I'm shooting a visual, so you ain't gotta take too much about that.
Yeah. Tap
Top 6 time, brother.
Oh.
Top 6 time.
So, speaking upon what we like to do, the top 6 of this week is your top 6 designers personally. Whoever, in your opinion, is your top 6 designers, whether it be clothing, shoes, whatever. You know what I'm saying? From a creative standpoint. 6 people who shit you gonna throw on that you feel have been innovative, have changed the game in some form of fashion. So 1 is better than 2, 2 better than 3, so forth and so on. So we're gonna get into it, man. My top 6, it start off with the big dog, man. You know, I'm from that era, man. I'm from that dope boy era,
I think we
man.
got the same one.
My number 1 is Ralph Lauren, man.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Number 1, man. When you talk about American culture clothing, you're talking about Polo Ralph Lauren, man. And Ralph Lauren is the innovator, the initiator of all of this shit, man. You know what I'm saying? You can't ever go wrong when you throw that horse on, man.
That's very true.
And it's been going on for, 40 years. You know what I'm saying? Ralph has been doing this thing for about 40 plus years, man. And that store, the Ralph Lauren store in New York, if you go to NY, go stop through there.
We going to NY Tuesday, so
Stop at
Stop
the
through
if
there.
they open.
the one the Polo Mansion in Chicago on Michigan
yeah,
Ave.
that too. I've been there. That bitch nasty.
And
Oh, yeah,
definitely
right.
it's a restaurant in the front, so go ahead and
Yeah.
catch you a meal.
Number 2 is my guy, man, Virgil Abloh.
You on my list.
When you take certain as a black man in fashion, it's a hard do to be a curator, a creative director in fashion as a black man from America. I mean, the nigga's a one-trick pony, man. I mean, he's amazing, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, he really does what he does, and he does Virgil Abloh shit, man.
He's the king of branding, my nigga.
So,
end of the day.
when you take a fashion house like Louis Vuitton and you conceptually come up with something like 2054 Louis Vuitton and you make futuristic shit from a staple like that, I mean, that's amazing to me. And from where you come from, Off-White is one of my favorite brands too. You know what I'm saying? Virgil Abloh. One of my favorite brands, so I fuck with him heavy. That's my number 2. Number 3, Riccardo Tisci, man. You know what I'm saying?
Tough.
He's a guy that brought, like, when Kanye and Virgil Abloh actually were like coming up and trying to figure out what they were doing fashion wise, Riccardo Tisci, he was creative director of Givenchy in the aughts in the 2000s, and he kind of gave them room and showed them certain shit, and he brought like the hip hop swagger to a real life fashion house like Givenchy.
Right.
This wasn't happening at that point. You know what I'm saying? You might have rappers wearing certain designer shit or, you know what I'm saying, Versace and shit like that, but Versace didn't take certain signatures and lines from hip hop artists and use that in their collections. And Riccardo Tisci is the first person to do that. You know what I'm saying? So he gets big props in my top 6. He's had a creative director of Burberry now. He's doing some pretty dope shit for Burberry too. Check that out. Number 4 is Tinker Hatfield, man. Nike, you know what I'm saying? Shoe designer. He designed the Jordan 3 through 15, man. When you talking Jordan 3 through 15, guess what?
Talking about all the heat.
The heat.
All the heat.
The heat. 3 to 15 is where you get it at. If you're not copping 3 through 15, I mean, of course you got the Jordan 1s that's heavy in the streets right now, but 3 through 15 is the Jordan collection.
For sure.
You get past that, shit gets kind of tweaky.
Even at 15, it started getting weird though.
15 was a little weird. The 15 was a little bit tweaky.
A little creepy, man.
I did some shit to get some 15s. I ain't gonna speak on it, but I did some shit to get some 15s back then.
Not bad.
It turned me out. Nothing in jail. Shit was real. Okay. Number 5. Domenico Dolce and Stefano Gabbana. The creators and founders of Dolce & Gabbana.
For sure.
These guys, they're gay, but you know, whatever. These guys are, in my eyes, you know what I'm saying, the 2 best partners in fashion. You know what I'm saying? I think they complement each other very well. And they do their own thing. They're a $1 billion company that has been. They're independent. They do their own thing. What they find dope is when certain fashion houses are doing one thing, they go the opposite way. You know what I'm saying? So when fashion houses have been doing minimalist shit, they've been doing maximal shit. And now you got fashion houses following behind them. You know what I'm saying? With the bold, bright italics and they shit. You know what I'm saying? That's the Dolce & Gabbana shit from like 3 or 4 years ago that the fashion house are following now. So shout out to them. And my number 6, this is my guy. He's 6, but he's number 1 to me, Tom Ford. You know what I'm saying? He's so clean. Everything he does is clean and sharp. It's real minimal. And he makes clothing, especially suits, for guys like me. You know what I'm saying? And like mine, like you 6 feet guys, you know what I'm saying, with a build. You can throw on some shit and you can look like James Bond in it, man. So that's why he's my guy, man.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying? He was the creative director of Gucci, and he put Gucci where it's at right now. You know what I'm saying? Tom Ford did that, man. So then when he left Gucci, he went and branched out on his own. You know what I'm saying? Founded his own shit. But he's the one to me, man. So that's my top 6. That's my top 6 for sure.
Well, on my great ones, my top 6 is going to be a little different from the fellas, okay?
Yeah.
The fellas want a real high fashion. Me, high fashion is beautiful.
Word.
It looks so good on you. But I am a woman of the times. So my number 1, we're going to go with American Apparel, Dove Sharon. This particular American Apparel is for everyone. It is all basic, comfortable, anything you could think about putting on your body.
Okay.
So when I have to talk about my top 6, I got to talk about stuff I'm going to wear.
For sure.
Stuff that is in my closet, stuff that is in my repertoire. Okay? So, number 2 is Kate Spade. Let me tell you why I love Kate Spade. It's classic, it's simple, and you don't got to do too much to get into it.
I love her as a businesswoman.
Yeah,
I'm
she
gonna
a
say
boss.
it too.
She definitely has,
She a fucking boss.
rest in peace, Kate Spade. She killed herself last year.
Yeah.
So,
she was going through some things, but I love her
yeah.
as a businesswoman.
So definitely her shoes, her purses, anything that she makes is just for the classic woman, very classy. For me, I like to put on things that look good. Number 3, we're gonna go with Stuart Veries, and that is the designer for Coach.
Okay.
Anybody that knows anything about fashion, before y'all was throwing on the Louis and the Gucci, you had a Coach bag. You might have bought it from the Chinese dollar store, but you were imitating Coach. Okay? So when women want to jump into these expensive bags and they overpass Coach, I think it's an insult. If you don't have a Coach bag in your closet, you need to stop what you're doing and buy you one. Okay? So, number 4, everybody can relate to this, Steve Madden. Steve Madden came out about the same time as Bill Gates. They got the same type of situation going on. Steve Madden makes cute shoes. They're comfortable. And they are the first, like for me, when I was younger, Steve Madden named their shoes.
Right.
You can have a cape. You can have a this. You can have a that. Like now, so you see the girl, the Louboutins, they throw on the So-Cates. You know, Steve Madden was the first with cape.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that.
So before there were So-Cates, Steve Madden had a cape.
Nah,
Just regular cape.
tell them about it then.
You know what I'm saying?
Motherfuckers, man, I wouldn't hear.
Number 4, the Limited, the Sycamore Partners. I love the Limited because they give women that, like for instance, Kerry Washington had a brand coming out of there.
Okay.
So they allow women, everyday women, to get in tune with what they want to put on their body. You know what I'm saying? So for me, my go-to is the Limited for work. If I want to get fly and stun on these hoes when I walk through the door, I'm at the Limited. I'm coming through leopard, pants, fit, hugging, and the Limited.
yeah.
Okay, you know, I can last. So, you know, when I put them on, I gotta put them on for real.
For sure.
Last but not least, and this particular brand has had thousands and thousands and thousands of designers, and it is not clothing.
Who this?
It's Tiffany's and Company.
Oh, for sure.
Any woman out there,
Great
if you
jewelry.
ask a man for something, it's a Tiffany. Okay? When the blue box comes through the house, the pussy just acts different.
Said her favorite
Say
color
what?
blue, I bought a tit.
So Tiffany gonna make the pussy act
That
different.
was what you
Listen,
said.
the pussy, she gonna suck your dick all night long.
Off Tiffany.
All
Okay, so listen.
night
So what
long.
we talking? How much?
You can start off a basic bracelet, 300.
What we talking? How much?
300.
300?
Soft.
Shit, light.
Okay? Like, and that's
Shit,
for the
listen,
basic.
look, just send me some links, man.
I got you.
Baby, you got some blue boxes.
Because I listen, I'm going to say this and then I'm going to let Vaughn do this top 6. If you propose to me, the box better be blue.
Blue? Oh, shit. That's easy.
And that's what I require. 25,000 in
I
it.
ain't getting no hood. So look, y'all, I'm gonna get into my time.
So I can buy you some limited clothes. I got you a $25 ring.
Absolutely. Shit. Hey, but see, that's
I'm
what
gonna
people
take
do
your
with
ass
Mr. Strong.
to K's Jewelry.
Mr.
You go to Limited to buy your clothes. You gonna get a
See,
K's Jewelry ring.
The K's gonna get you looking at me in front of my friends and family like,
Shit, or you can get a player little ring from K. Man.
I definitely could get a Tiffany's because nigga I shop at the limit.
25 rags on that bitch? Yeah. Hey, 20, look at me. Yeah. Ain't nobody doing that. Ain't nobody got time for that.
Yours made me spill this fucking
You
short.
said a whole bunch of cheap shit. Then you talk about
Hold on, wait a minute. See,
rock.
this is why my top 6 was funny from them, because that's not a lot of cheap shit. People out here running, throwing on the Gucci, the Louis, the Prada, all that other shit. Y'all niggas can't afford that shit.
Word.
I'ma just throw that the fuck out there.
That,
All you niggas that's putting on that designer shit, y'all niggas broke and y'all can't afford that shit.
You ain't
So
gonna
I'm
come.
talking about what the fuck I wear and what the fuck I
$30,000
like.
ring.
So that's black people problem. Y'all always
Look at
trying to
this
motherfucking talk about what's cheap, nigga. That ain't cheap.
Listen, if I walk up on the bitch and she got on a limited suit, man, and a $30,000 ring, we gonna have to have a conversation.
Why we gonna have to have a conversation about quality clothes?
Moving right along, guys. So look, let's get into our top 6. All right, so look, man, we're running out of time, so I'm gonna bluff through mine. These motherfuckers, we've been long-winded tonight. You know what I'm saying? What you think about? Oh, man, who knows? All right, so look, my number 1, dog, of course, is Ralph Lauren, man. You know what I'm saying? My nigga already made the point about Ralph, man.
He cheap.
We've been doing this shit. So the Ralph shit, man, is a staple, man. Any Dope Boys collection, man. Any Fly Niggas collection, bro. You can't go wrong with Ralph. Number 2, man, is John Elliott. I talk about John Elliott a lot to the team. I like the way that he designed his shit, dog. It's in collections. Everything
His
can be
joggers
mixed and matched.
is the sickest.
Dog, Jocker's crazy. He did a dope ass collab. He's been doing dope collabs for the past few years with Nike and LeBron. So I'm saying, man, this white dude he got nice style, man. This nigga clothes is fire. A little pricey, but they call it basics or essentials. So yeah, man, if y'all need some cool fly shit that ain't too extravagant, check that out. My number 3 is Virgil. You feel me? Again, man, what he's doing with Off-White, the shit he's doing with Louis Vuitton is crazy. The shit that he was doing with Kanye and Louis Vuitton for real was crazy.
Yeah.
So like he's had his hand on shit for a while, and to see him be able to take a fashion house like Louis Vuitton and make his imprint is crazy. My number 4, man, I put this nigga on here, and I don't know how Dave gonna feel about this one. I think he might not like him. I put Kanye on there.
I love Kanye.
Now listen, bruh.
Fashion.
Yeezy, while he may not be the most liked nigga, when it comes to this fashion shit, bruh, he can take a Gildan t-shirt with nothing on that bitch and charge you $260 for it and sell out in 2 minutes. So I put Yeezy on there because of the influence, and at the end of the day, what he did for fashion though, he gave us he gave a lot of niggas the game on how to do it, but he was just too fucking weird to kind of capitalize.
We're gonna go over a little.
Look,
we're gonna go over
today,
over an hour
bear with
today
us,
too. Bear with us. Cause I gotta just say this. I respect anybody that puts Ye on the list because of that. You know what I'm saying? But when me just checking out how he came up in the fashion game and what his real life influence is jockeying off other people's shit. You know what I'm saying? Virgil was there with Pastel. Virgil, it was
I remember Pastel shit. Them varsities was crazy.
Yeah, since Pastel. But Ye, he's a very creative person. He has a very creative mind. I don't necessarily get down with certain things he doing fashion wise, but as a creative and a curator of a certain fashion, I respect that.
For sure.
I respect that. So he would be in my top 10.
Okay.
Yeah, would
I
be
can
in my
respect
top 10.
that. I can definitely respect that.
Yeah.
So I like the mic. Oh, thank you. We like them too. They're golden. My number 5 is Dapper Dan.
They're golden for a reason.
You feel me? You hear me, bruh? Number 5, Dapper Dan.
Oh yeah.
So it's like, you know, he one of the few black curators in fashion that's been around since the 80s and shit. He had heavy influence back then. His influence is still heavy right now. He did a collection probably like a year and a half ago. Was it? Damn near 2 years for real. They revamped some Gucci shit with him.
Yeah, like 2 years ago. That
about
shit
2 years
was
ago.
crazy.
And it was fire, bro. The shit again sold out immediately. It was really only for the who's who, for real, if we being honest. But it was some tough shit, and to see him still make his influence on fashion right now is crazy. So shout out to him. And
read up on Dapper Dan if you don't understand where he come from and how he made it to the point where he's at.
Yeah, it's a crazy story.
And what he did, man, it's real crazy.
And my number 6 is going to Donatella Versace, man. I feel like she took the brand when it was it could have went either way.
When Johnny died.
Yeah, when he died, bro, it could have went either way, man. And she went and revived it, bro. She reached out and kind of used that hip hop influence too. And I think it was dope that they gave 2 Chainz his own shoe because of the influence that he got. So I think that what they doing right now, position themselves with the culture of hip hop, is super dope. And shit, shout out to her, man. So that's my top 6.
Donatella would have been in my 10 too. I kind of fought with her a little bit. I fought with a little bit as well. Over here we heavy into the fashion shit, man. You know what I'm saying? Shout out to Manny Vanity Clothing. That's where, you know what I'm saying, that's where we played. We played with clothing, man. We've always done it. We will continue to do it.
For sure.
We will continue to put that shit on. That's just what we do. So we talk the fashion language real heavy. That cloth talk is in us.
For sure.
So we got like on all our lives, we got like 60 seconds left. We're gonna log off and log back in and get this
real quick, y'all.
to get the rest of this in. We got a few more things to talk about. Some adulting tips by my girl Great Dane. Random rap line by me and Redline Vine this week. I guess he done talked me into this shit.
Yeah.
And unplug talk. So we're gonna tap right back in. So
So
just
y'all, real quick, stay
log
with us.
back in.
Stay
Log
with
back
us.
in. Just stay with us. This ain't like verses. We ain't about to. It ain't about to fuck up.
Connection solid.
Connection solid for sure.
All right, I don't got shit.
That is
next.
just so interesting that they got us off in an hour.
Yeah, that's crazy. The verses can stay on for
What
fucking
the
4
fuck?
hours.
Download video or share it. What the fuck?
My shit.
Sure,
We still live on Facebook though, y'all.
Oh,
Okay.
just a
Yeah.
quick
We
intermission.
still live on Facebook. Oh, come on, man.
Yeah. It ain't long.
Chalk what?
Oh, there we go.
I ain't chalking this shit. We living this.
Well,
life.
we are going to be jumping right into our random rap line in just a moment.
Yeah, y'all. Hey, listen, y'all. Bear with us, man. We out here doing some shit that hasn't been done.
Yeah, no, because at the end of the day, they done did these upgrades. We back on my live. They done did these upgrades on on Instagram, and you gotta decide whether to post, share, or delete your shit. Like,
We back in. All
it's
right,
weird ass shit. You gotta post, share, delete your Instagram. Like, you gotta make a decision. Stop making this shit hard for a real nigga, man. Stop
Hey.
making everything hard, man.
Give us goddamn
Yeah.
an hour, man. Shit. What do we
Yeah,
wanna
give us
talk
an
to
hour.
y'all?
Yeah, what if we wanna let them hang? What if the black man? Hey, look.
There we go.
What if the black man wants to let him hang for more than an hour? Yeah, can we do that, Whitey? Can we please do that, Whitey?
Let's get into this random rap line, bro. So with the versus battle with Luda and Nelly, man, we only saw fit to crown Luda as the recipient of the random rap line today. And my man Dave gonna take us home with that one, man. So
Let's go,
hear
baby.
it, man. What you got?
The random rap line is a random rap song at this point because it's that horrible. As far as rap lines, like literally the whole song is bullshit.
Drop the beat.
It's some of the worst shit I ever heard in my life. It's Southern Hospitality by Ludacris. It's if y'all don't remember this was on his first. Was this his first album? Yeah, it was on his first album.
First album.
It was on his first album, and it was crazy. It was produced by the Neptunes. It was produced by Pharrell. Shout out to Pharrell. I wonder if Pharrell, like when he heard Ludacris talking about 20-inch ride, 20-inch lie. Oh, don't you like my 20-inch ride? 20-inch I make 20-inch thighs. Open for American 20-inch pies. The fuck are you talking
What
about?
does it all mean?
Cadillac, real Cadillac, real. Oh, don't you like my Cadillac, real? All black 20-inch Cadillac, chill. So check out the hoes my Cadillac feel.
Hey, low key.
Hey, but I'm gonna say this
It's
though.
catchy.
Hold up, because at the end of the day, you know this song.
You knew all the words though. All of them.
I know all the words because you know how you like. I know, girl, you know it's true by Milli Vanilli too. The fuck you? I mean, I'm saying, girl, you know it's true. Ooh, ooh. I love you. I mean, I know fucking Milli Vanilli. That doesn't make the Milli Vanilli song dope. I mean, it's fucking.
Oh, it
hard.
definitely wasn't dope.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like
It
it's
was catchy,
it's
provocative.
it gets the
It gets the people going.
Yeah. So
It
I
gets
mean,
going.
like Ludacris, Ludacris, man, you're a horrible rapper, man.
Listen, man. Listen, you said that shit about 3 times tonight. I kept my mouth shut. Ludacris ain't a horrible rapper.
He's not.
Man.
I feel
He's
like
not
you're
a
taking it
horrible
too
rapper,
far.
man.
I feel like at the end of
Animated,
his career,
very animated, yes. Would I listen to him while I'm riding in my vehicle? Absolutely not. But the nigga's not. Bro, he killed a few songs, nigga.
Okay, when Ludacris
For sure.
When Ludacris was popping, let's just be honest. When Ludacris was popping, we riding to Monte Carlo. Let's take it back to that.
Okay, take it back to the
Ludacris
Monte.
was
All right,
popping, we
good.
riding to Monte Carlo.
Right.
Do a nigga be like, yeah, nigga, hey, Von, throw that Ludacris on.
Absolutely not. But while I'm riding to Monte Carlo with a freak, would I play Splash Waterfalls? Absolutely.
I'm not gonna lie, Ludacris was in heavy rotation in the Sunfire when my sister was with
Would
him.
you?
We hopping
y'all
in.
wasn't fucking with Splash Waterfalls?
Everybody, I'm still fucking with it. It's on my
fuck that
playlist.
Tony shit up.
Bruh.
Like, don't fuck with whatever you want, man. Like, don't do that. And don't do that talking about, they want it nice and fast. Grabbing and slapping ass. You gotta make it last. That's horrible. How you gonna fuck that Tony
What do you say?
shit?
What do you say?
They want it nice and fast. Grabbing and slapping ass. You gotta make it last. How you gotta make it last if they want it nice and fast? Make up your mind,
You can't have
Ludacris.
both, man.
That's another random ass rap line.
Listen,
Like my nigga Wood said, the money, yeah. You
Listen,
remember money?
He keeps it going.
Fantasy is going down in history.
I'm hot, y'all.
Period. It is always
It's
hot.
bites,
Is
kicking
it
my
the
ass.
one?
That rhyme, like, wait, it's the one.
It's the one.
That's the
This
one.
nigga Ludacris, man, is one of the most
He like,
popular
that's like, we
rappers
should
of all
call
time.
that wine.
No, I can't say that though, man. Luda got hits, bruh. Clearly he
No,
got hits. They just
no.
had a versus battle.
Ludacris has hits, but when you break down his, like Jay said, when you break down his lines,
Yeah, no, he ain't talking
you
about
like, hold on.
shit. But no, he got decent songs. But he ain't
Busta
the worst
Rhymes
rapper.
is an animated nigga that can rap. You feel me? Busta Rhymes would kill Ludacris. Would kill
Oh,
Ludacris.
man, that ain't
but,
even a question.
but that's what I'm saying. Like Ludacris is animated, but he also says cat in the hat shit. That's what I'm saying.
So
he
Cameron.
say Dr.
Man.
Seuss shit. No, don't disrespect.
Right, though, like my nigga Wood said that Luda can rap. He just a goofy playful rapper, bro. He's just one of the niggas. But he got songs where he nigga went in, dog.
Don't disrespect Cam like that.
Wow.
Oh, we can move on, cause Cam.
They can go on the same
Cam
round.
had his time. Come on, bro. Come on,
We
man.
don't bring Cam. All right, let's keep going.
Yeah, let's
we,
go,
we
man.
can
'cause
keep
this
talking
is it,
about
dog.
these.
All right, man. So, adult tip. What you
Cam.
got for us? What you got? Your computers puking. I keep the Buddhas booting. Fuck out of here, Cam.
That was questionable. No, that was his worst line.
No, he had dog. In
Let's
that
just be
era, dog,
honest
he
here.
had tons of terrible lines, bro.
He was the king of terrible lines.
I do this shit.
You feel me? Come on, man.
Hey, look,
Fuck out
Cam.
of here, Cam.
Hey, Cam did some questionable shit, but Cam, with hard Cam,
No, he got some bad. It's under.
it ain't no hard Ludacris. That's what I'm saying.
Yes,
Hard Cam. We like, oh yeah, that nigga Cam redeemed himself. No, Ludacris is just Ludacris. It's just like all
It is,
Ludacris.
dog.
It's all like, what the fuck are you talking about?
we all know how influential Michael feels about Ludacris now. So, all my great ones, let's tap into our adulting tip. Today is partnership versus relationship.
Okay.
Now tell me what the difference is between a partnership and a relationship. David.
The difference between a partnership and a relationship? The difference between a partnership and a relationship is you don't necessarily have emotional bond with your partners in a partnership. A relationship, there's a certain emotion and a certain feeling attached to it.
Ding, 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 ding.
Hey.
Chicken wing dinner, he's a winner.
I read about this shit in prison.
Okay, so listen.
Well, red guy over there.
The best way to be successful in life is for your partner.
But you got too much time on my show.
Is for your partner to be your relationship as well.
Okay. For sure.
So when I say that, I say you should go into a relationship with the mindset that this is your partner.
Okay.
I may not always like my spouse. I may not always be pleased with the decisions that you make. But when it comes to that business side of our relationship, we always gonna be on the same page. You might be sleeping on a motherfucking couch. But when we gotta sit down and talk about business, we should be on the same page. If you can't get money with your partner, your spouse, your lover, your friend, then you should not be with that person. If they don't encourage you to be better, if they don't hold you accountable for your mistakes, and that's really this is really more so for my married people because that is a true commitment.
Oh wait.
You're not walking away from that one,
I
right?
can chime in on
So when you are a partner and you are in a relationship, this is your spouse, your lover, your friend.
Right.
You have to support them when you don't like them.
Oh, we.
You have to be there when it's not beneficial for you.
Y'all.
You have to keep pushing them to get to the greatest form of themselves. You know, one thing in the black community that we lack,
What?
relationships and partnerships.
Man, talk that shit down.
So what I'm gonna tell you is, everyone that is out there in a relationship, you should be getting money with that person.
You hear me?
You should be finding a way that you and your spouse can get paid. A lot of people, we be like, oh no, he just got his little trucking business. Hold on, ho. You gotta support that man. Oh, she just do hair. You don't never post her. You don't never shout her out. You don't send. You don't even send your side bitches to get their hair done. And look, that might sound a little shady, but listen, you have to support your woman. And if them hoes getting their hair done, they better not go nowhere else.
Oh, we.
Support your partners, man. Support.
Man, that's
So,
huge.
and that was a great adult tip.
Oh, you came with it today, though. That was tough.
You thought I wasn't gonna be ready.
But listen, though.
You was ready. Your adult tip is always pretty dope. You always knock that off.
This the one, though. But look, so as a married guy, right, one of the only married guys in my crew, you know what I'm saying?
For sure.
You 100% right. For a long time, and me and my wife, dog, it was the business thing, you know what I'm saying? And I'm, you know, y'all know me, I'm a self-starter, man, you know what I'm saying? I wanna make and create my own way, you know what I'm saying? My wife is a little safer, right? She's cool with she's cool with like the 9-to-5 security, bro. And ain't nothing wrong with that. You got benefits, you got a guaranteed check, I get it. You know, but I got her more in that entrepreneur spirit now because I want her to be able to create her own schedule. I want her to be able to have the freedom that I have. You feel what I'm saying? So I pushed her to start doing more independent shit.
Absolutely.
And now she done got a taste of it, dog, and it's on. It's
crack.
making sense to her.
It's
You feel
crack.
me? So I feel like that's dope, man. If you are married or you thinking about getting married, man, you gotta always look at that shit like it's a business at the end of the day.
It is.
It's
Because
a business arrangement, my nigga.
let me tell you why every other culture wins. You wonder why white people get married so early? You wonder why Asian or these other cultures be marrying their families off? Because that is necessary to win in America. If it's only you, the struggle's gonna be so much harder for you to get to the top. But when you got that person pushing you, encouraging you, and getting on your ass when you fucking up, you have no choice but to be great.
And it's a thing, y'all, real quick, to piggyback off you. You know, when you in these type of relationships and you married or you just with somebody for a long time, you know, you gotta be okay with making them uncomfortable, man. Agitation creates change. Now,
Absolutely.
be an asshole, no. But if it's things that you need or you think need improvement, be vocal about it. Have a conversation. You know what I'm saying? That is what's gonna create the change. And once you do that, if they accept your message, they receive it,
Absolutely.
they put this shit into motion,
Absolutely.
the sky the limit, man.
And in the conversation when you encouraging your spouse is not a tear down. The conversation when you are uplifting them and making them better is not one that you're criticizing them and tearing down what they've been doing. That's not going to make them any better.
For sure.
That's not called getting on their ass. That's called discouragement. So when you want someone to be better, you speak life into them. You wake them up in the morning like, babe, did you open that bank account? Babe, did you start that LLC?
What?
Babe, do you have your EIN? All of those questions need to be asked. I have a couple. I have a friend. They are a couple. I watch them encourage each other every day. They might get on each other's motherfucking nerves, but they are always at each other's best interest.
Man,
Shout out to them.
The message shouldn't change.
The message
Shout
should
out to
never
them.
change.
Shout out to them.
The message should never change, but they are an inspiration for the masses. Von White sitting here every week.
Every week.
Every
we
week.
missing you today too,
We
baby.
miss you.
God
Every week she's sitting here. She cracked the wine for us. She might set the camera up. Baby can do the lights and everything else. So with that being said, that means that she believes in what her man is doing. And if you are with a man and you don't believe in what he's doing, a lot of some men, we got them out here, they in the streets. Tell him to do something damn. You watch him spend his money. You want the Gucci, the Louis, the Prada. That's why those weren't on my list. Because you got to be at a certain level of life to be in that certain level of designer. If you don't have that, you should probably start rethinking what you're putting on your body. Because you can't afford it. You're just doing it for the show.
For sure.
So with all that being said, that is my adulting tip for you today. And that's that.
Damn. Shout out to Great Dan today, boy. She was in her bag, man. She came with her
And
shit.
it wasn't a Gucci.
Oh, it was a coach.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? Coach. What's up with you, bro?
Plug talk already?
Yeah, plug it out. You going first, brother?
Yeah, shout out. Yeah, I just wanted to say.
They love you on my live right now, Dana. They like, she talking that talk. Shout out to Great Dane. They already did. Get off her dick.
Yeah, so the plug talk is just basically like, what do you stand over? We was talking about designers and shit like that.
Okay.
What do you stand over? What is your must-haves? What you gotta keep? So we're gonna shout out to those. Whatever business, whatever brand, whatever thing that you get behind wholeheartedly. You know what I'm saying? Whether it be a person or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So my plug talk, you know what I'm saying, is based on everything we got going on. I'm looking at all these cameras and everything. And where everything that I got technologically is just shout out to Apple, man. Steve Jobs.
Oh,
Amen.
Sony High.
everything Apple in this bitch, for real.
Tim Cook. I'm an Apple guy. I don't care about what and how it goes. I'm an Apple guy, so that's it.
Damn, shout out to Apple. Who you shout out to?
You know, I gotta go solely with my girl.
Who that?
Shout out to my girl, Tiana to you on Instagram. Shop Corel. My girl, I done watched her for a couple years go through different elements, different designs, different patterns. And fashion is something that she loves. Like all that high fashion designer shit, she gonna talk that shit with the masses. But when it comes to affordable, cute, trendy clothing for my ladies, baby gonna have that smoke for you, okay? Any occasion, barbecue with the family, okay? Club time, okay?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
She got you covered.
She got you covered on all aspects, so shout out to you, Courtney.
Shout out to you, man. The next time you make my shit on the Epic Cuisine side, man, throw me some more mac in there, please. I appreciate it, baby. For me, man, you know, man, I'm a simple guy, man. Mine's a little bit different, man. I got a few things that I think, you know, every young guy should have in his collection, man. So mine's is some good denim.
Ooh.
A very, very basic tee, you know,
Amen.
low or not, but something that's a nice tee. Spend a couple dollars on your tee, something very quality, and a good pair of Vans, man.
Yeah, you better say
You
that
feel me?
shit.
So, you know, if you want to just keep it clean, man, simple, and dress like old red line, that's all you need, man. Pair of G-Stars, a good tee, and some Vans, and
He just gave you Red Loss Fashion 101.
Easy. And don't forget, man, you know, if you get a little chilly, you could throw a little MV hoodie on top of that bitch, you know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Shop Man and Vanity. Shout out to the guys.
So, that's my plug talk for today, man. You feel me?
Well, you know, fellas.
What's up?
You know what time it is. It's time for Great Dane to send you positivity, faith, and abundance. And I hope that you all check in with us next week. And
damn, shout out to Great Dane, man. Real quick, shit, man, y'all, I had a good time tonight, man. I ain't really got no message for y'all tonight. I just want to thank everybody for checking in with us. The live been going on night. I know your shit probably been jumping. I can't see the numbers on Facebook, but everybody that checked in, man, shout out to y'all. We appreciate y'all for helping us grow this shit, man. Let's keep it going.
For sure. What is it? Influencer_Michael, man. Tap in. Major Influence Media. It was great. It was a beautiful time, man. It was all a dream. Joy did his dream.
Hey. Next week, y'all.
Yo, it's different though. Came up a whole different way. You feel me? So as we head into this next phase, gotta know where it started from.
You are now under the influence.
Where it started. I got a different loyalty, know a different sacrifice. Connection.